Love isn't always simple, and passion often comes at a price. Welcome to Intrigue Romance, where secrets, betrayal, and forbidden desires collide. Tonight, we take you into a story you won't forget, where love is never what it seems. Growing up in a blended family was not easy for Emma. Her parents had divorced when she was 10, and her mother remarried shortly after. Her stepfather, Jake, seemed kind on the surface, but Emma always felt uneasy around him. He was overly attentive, complimenting her looks more often than felt normal. Now 21, Emma was focused on her studies, spending most of her time in her room. One evening, as she prepared for an important exam, her mother announced she would be traveling for work for a few days. This left Emma alone with her stepfather. She reassured herself that everything would be fine. The first day passed uneventfully, though Emma noticed Jake lingering near her door more than usual. She brushed it off, attributing it to her own paranoia. But on the second night, something happened that left her stunned. It was around midnight when Emma heard a faint knock on her bedroom door. Confused and half asleep, she hesitated to answer. Before she could respond, the door creaked open, and there stood Jake, looking uncomfortable yet determined. "Emma, I need to talk to you," he said in a low voice, stepping into her room. Emma sat up, her heart pounding. "At this hour? What's so urgent?" He hesitated before responding, his eyes avoiding hers. "I just wanted to check on you. You've been working so hard. I thought you might need some company." The words sent a shiver down her spine. His tone wasn't comforting, it was unsettling. Emma's instincts screamed that something was off. "I'm fine," she said firmly, trying to mask her fear. "I need to study. Please go back to your room." Instead of leaving, Jake moved closer, sitting on the edge of her bed. "You know, Emma, you're not just a stepdaughter to me. You've grown into a beautiful young woman." Emma's stomach churned. The line had been crossed, and she knew she had to act quickly. Summoning her courage, she stood up and put distance between them. "Jake, this is inappropriate. You need to leave now," she said, her voice shaking but resolute. He looked taken aback, but didn't argue. "I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable," he said, getting up and leaving the room. The next morning, Emma packed her bags and left for her friend's house, refusing to stay under the same roof. When her mother returned, Emma told her everything. At first, her mother was in denial, but as Emma described the incident, her mother began to see the truth. The confrontation that followed was explosive. Her mother demanded Jake leave the house immediately. The marriage ended, but the scars of that night lingered for Emma. Emma shared her story not to gain sympathy, but to raise awareness about boundaries and the importance of trusting your instincts. She hoped her experience would empower others to speak up when something feels wrong, even within the confines of family.